Song Pon TV, Episode 1.
Hi, welcome to Song Pon TV. My name's Russell and I'm your host, going to be walking you through some great piano lessons, some ideas, tips, even reviews for as long as you choose to tune in. So what is Song Pon TV all about? Well, SPTV is a fortnightly released video webcast that is jam-packed with all sorts of information to do with the piano and piano-related news and releases. And it's brought to you by the website songpon.com, which is the new fun way to learn your favourite songs and techniques. So if you haven't already checked that out, go there now. So what makes Song Pon TV so much different to any other piano-related webcast that you watch already? Well, the difference here is that Song Pon TV is really user-based. It's all about the learner and what you want to learn. If you've ever been frustrated of watching a webcast that maybe had some really good points, but really didn't relate to where you're at as a musician and what you need to know to get you up to the next level. So now you get to have your say. Follow the Have Your Say link on this page and tell us your thoughts, comments, anything that you'd like to see on this Song Pon TV webcast. Of course, with thousands of viewers' comments and requests, we won't be able to address and reply to each one, but we do guarantee that we will read every request that comes in. So it's totally up to you and what you want to learn. You may want to see inclusion of more piano lesson type features like learning techniques, or you may want me to start reviewing some of the latest piano gear or even the latest awesome piano based album. It's totally up to you. Just send in your requests, tell me what you want, and I will try and do my best to make that happen. So, I urge you, don't forget to hit that Have Your Say link so that you can tell us exactly what you see in the next webcast for Song Pon TV. And remember, if you're watching this video on anywhere but the songpon.tv website, like YouTube, Facebook, MySpace, anywhere, to have your say and for that link to show up, you need to go to the website www.songpon.tv. Go there now, make your request known, and I'll do my best to get that in one of the upcoming webcasts. Right, now that you've had a good welcoming to Song Pon TV, we're going to get into our first piano lesson. Now this is based on trying to get independency in your left hand, because it does seem a little bit lazier. If you're a beginner or an intermediate player, this is going to be really helpful for you. Even if you're advanced, I encourage you to watch the lesson. You might get something out of it. And then if you haven't got anything out of it, you can go to that Have Your Say link and just reinforce your requests. So let's get into that now. So today we're going to be taking a look at trying to gain independence in our left hand. Most people find that the right hand is a lot more capable than the left hand when playing the piano. This is especially if you are right-handed normally. This is because the right hand is used more often in day-to-day activities, and the muscles in the hand and fingers are a lot more developed and have a lot more dexterity. And the right hand is able to learn new techniques a lot quicker. The left hand is often used to support the right hand when playing, but does not often function on its own. So this means the left hand is a little bit sluggish, and as a result is often forgot when it comes to developing both hands' dexterity and agility. This is something that classical pianists are very aware of, and they work really hard at gaining independence in the left hand as much as the right hand, so that their playing is completely even and not skewed to one side. And did you know that there's actually some composers have composed pieces especially for the left hand, only for the left hand, and that a lot of classical pianists practice with those kind of pieces to try and gain their independence. There's a particular piece by Ravel that you should check out called Piano Concerto for the Left Hand, and that features the left hand quite heavily, does some quite tricky stuff as well. So to be able to play more difficult parts in your left hand, what do we need to do? We need to give it some exercise. So I'm going to give you 3 little tips, 3 little exercises that you can do to work up that strength and that agility. First tip I'm going to give you is the next time you go to play a piece of music that maybe you're playing, normally when we're playing a song or a pop song, we play chords or bass notes in the left hand, and we normally play a tune or a more complex kind of melody in the right hand, try flip that on its head if you can. It might take a while to figure that out, but try playing that melody, that same melody in the left hand, and maybe your chords in the right hand. If it is a little bit too difficult at first, don't worry too much about the right hand. It's mainly about getting that left hand working and giving it some more difficult things to try and conquer. The second tip I'm going to give you is for improvising. When you're improvising, it is easier, and when you first start off, you are taught to just keep that basic rhythm going and counting the beat with your left hand, doing the bass notes, simple bass notes and chords. And the same thing we normally do, our little blues scales or whatever you're doing in the right hand. We want to flip that on its head as well, so that maybe just keep those chords going in the right hand and do something more, your runs and your scales in the left hand, as well as maybe a walking bass. You might want to try walking bass, which is when you're essentially doing the bass notes of each chord, but you're filling it in with some groovy little runs as well. The third thing I'm going to recommend that you try to get your left hand working well is playing scales with it on its own. And it's tempting when you're playing scales to play hands together or just concentrate on your right hand, because it feels like it's more impressive, because obviously your right hand catches on a little bit faster and you're like doing your scales and kind of showing off a little bit. That's sweet if you're playing in front of someone else, but when you're at home by yourself, you're really trying to get your hands working really well, just try and do it with your left hand by itself. And use a metronome is one thing I really want to stress. Start off really slowly, just ticking away, just at an even pace, and really work on playing the correct notes without your fingers tripping all over the place, and getting a steady rhythm. And then once you've got that rhythm steady, speed it up a little bit, get that steady, speed that up a little bit, and soon your left hand, you'll find that it'll just get stronger and it'll get more independent, and you can rely on it a little bit more. So that's my 3 little tips for trying to work up your independence in your left hand. I hope that helps. Another thing you can do is, if you want to practice that, there are some Song Pon songs that feature the left hand a little bit more than others, and I would recommend you have a look at Lady Madonna. That's got alternating bass pattern for the left hand. Also Great Balls of Fire, which is kind of a rock and roll bluesy 50s kind of song, so it's a lot heavier in the left hand than other songs. And also Moon Dance, which is kind of a jazz song, so it's featured in that as well. So have fun with that. I hope you do well with your left hand and gain some independence in it. Song Pon TV out.
SPTV, proudly brought to you by SongPon.com, where you learn to play your favorite songs.